Hello everyone, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sarah, also Sarah's Faves on Instagram, and we are obviously in a different space. I am in Massachusetts at my parents' rental home. We are renovating our house, which is across the street, so we're just staying in this like little rental, and I am in my room that is there, but there is like no great lighting because it is very well lit, so there's like a lot of brightness, but I can't find a good spot. I tried to sit in front of the bed and then the bed was like too overexposed, so I just thought let's sit on the floor for my July reset video, which is what I am filming today. So if you're new here, I adapted this idea from a couple other creators that I love watching, Carter Sullivan, Brianna Tata, and there's like so many people that also do reset videos. So basically reflecting on goals that you set for yourself the previous month, setting new goals for yourself for the following month, and then sometimes I'll do like current favorites or things I'm loving and stuff like that. I honestly don't really prep at all besides when I spend like 30 to 40 minutes going through my goals, looking at what I've done, writing my new goals. But like for the favorites, I kind of just mostly do it on the fly. So grab a cup of coffee, depending on the time of day, make yourself a mocktail, a cocktail, whatever you choose, maybe a soda, culture pop, seltzer water, anything like that, and let's dive right in. We'll go through all of my June goals and whether I accomplished them or not, and then setting my July goals, what I set for those, and like I said, current favorites. So if you're not already subscribed, please make sure to do so. It supports my channel, and let's dive in. So this is my little notebook, my green handy dandy bullet journal that I use to write all my goals in. So for June, what I did was I wrote them all here and I break them up into different categories. But what I also did for June was I put them on a notes in my computer. So you can see I just have them all there on a notes page. The reason I did that was because I don't carry this notebook around with me all the time. And I wanted to make sure I was staying like really on top of my goals. So I had it on my phone pulled up all the time. Whenever I was like on my computer editing a video or anything like that, I would have it pulled up here. And that was like just super helpful for me to know like, okay, what are the goals that I'm aiming for this month? You know, all that kind of stuff. So for June, let's dive into it really quickly. I had 5 personal goals. 1, try a new restaurant / coffee shop a month. I did this and I actually kept track of what I did. So I went to Pool Burger, which is a spot in Austin that has like really yummy burgers, and Ski Shores, which were the 2 new restaurants I tried. I feel like I probably tried another, oh yeah, Billy and I went to Masa y Mas, which is like a really good taco spot. So I tried 3 new restaurants when I wanted to try 1. So I definitely surpassed that goal that I set for myself. And then tried 1 new coffee shop. I tried 2 that I wrote down, Patika, which was yummy, and Foxtrot, which just opened on South Lamar in Austin. And then I tried a 3rd, it was called Maha Maha, I think, or something, on South First, and I actually love that one more than the others. The vibe, it's like in combination with a yoga studio, which if you know me, that is like my dream, to own a yoga studio and a coffee shop and like a library. I think I talked about this in my last vlog, but it was just like so wholesome and sweet, and they obviously had like free Wi-Fi, they had cool music playing, and I could see myself like working from home there. So that was really fun. So I accomplished my 1 new restaurant and 1 new coffee shop a month. So I checked that off already. My second one was leave work at work. I think I did a really good job about this, except for when I was on call. Obviously I have to be checking like my email and my Teams messages and stuff like that, because I am like reacting in the moment to emergency calls and working with a team and everything like that. But for like my normal job, I remember anytime I like went to go check Outlook, like after hours for work, I literally immediately stopped. I was like, no, Sarah, we're leaving work at work. So I think I did a really good job about that, and I'm gonna keep implementing that for July. Read 5 books. So I checked this one's off. The 5 books that I read were, we gotta check the Goodreads obviously, so let's pull that up. I read A Shoe Story by Jane L. Rosen, A Flicker in the Dark, Yours Truly, Ward D, The Guilty Husband, She Started It, Romantic Comedy, I'm Glad My Mom Died, and Slow Fire Burning. Like what? I set a goal of 5 books to get more and I read 9. But I'm actually in somewhat of a reading slump. I'm reading 7 Days in June and I'm almost done with it. I think I'll definitely finish it today, and it's one of like Reese's book club picks. It's really good, but I just like haven't, I don't know, with normal books, not my Kindle, I just don't read as fast because I'm less likely to read at night. I don't bring it as much with me to like a coffee shop. If like my friend's running late, I'll just pull out my Kindle and read as opposed to like bringing my book with me. So I feel like out of those, I'm Glad My Mom Died was hands down my favorite, 5 stars. It's Jeanette McCurdy's memoir, like about autobiography about her life. She was the one, she was Sam in iCarly, if any of you watched that. And it was just so interesting. It was about like her mom kind of forcing her to go into acting, all about like her struggles with disordered eating and like relationships and stuff like that. I absolutely loved it. And then I think I also really liked Yours Truly and Ward D. Those were my other 2 favorites for the month. So 3 out of 9 books were like 4 to 5 stars. The rest were definitely pretty good. I did not like Romantic Comedy really at all. I think I gave it like a 2 stars. It just like took so long for me to get into, but I know other people who really liked it. Next goal, find beauty in the mundane things. I think I did a really good job about this. I mean, this isn't something that you can really like quantify how well you did it, but I feel like I really enjoyed more so just like being in the present moment, trying to be less on my phone. I feel like I didn't get like as irritated with certain things like traffic or like Billy not doing the dishes, like just like silly things that normally would irritate me. I just was like, oh, I like get to go to work, I get to do this, like I live with my significant other, you know, like trying to appreciate it and flipping it on its head as opposed to be negative. I also feel like I'm like really hunched over, but it's hard because I'm sitting on the floor. And then my 5th goal in personal was make more plans with friends, which I think I did a really good job with. I wrote down here on my notes app on my phone, I hung out with my friend Haley. I hung out with my 2 friends, Perry and Olivia, when we were on call together, so I like made that plan. I played tennis with my friend Caroline, and I feel like there were like a couple other things that I did throughout the month of June. I mean, now that I'm home, obviously it's July now, but I hung out with my friends when I got home and stuff like that. So for personal goals, I hit all 5, which I feel like in the past few months I have not done. So I was really proud of that. But let's dive into wellness goals. Okay, wellness goals, I also had 5 goals. For July, I'm going to make it not as many goals because I'm traveling and I'm gone and I'm out of my routine. So I don't want to make it like too many goals at once. But for wellness, we had 20 minutes outside per day, which I know that I definitely did. I feel like I walked Toby more often. I spent like as much time outside as I could when I was working from home and stuff like that. So I definitely did that. I hit a 275-pound deadlift, which was really exciting. That was one of my goals to do, was like a hex bar deadlift. We tried for 280 and I literally, it's crazy what 5 pounds, like what the difference it makes. I barely could like move. I was like, no, to Evan. I was like, no. Paddleboard twice. I did not do that. I didn't even paddleboard once. I never even went on the lake. It's really hot in Austin and I just feel like I was pretty busy on the weekend, so I didn't find the time to paddleboard. My friend who I normally go paddleboarding was traveling, and like Billy and I just like never made it to the lake, so I didn't do that. Prioritize eating breakfast. I did do that. I didn't like make myself eggs every morning, but I would prep like overnight oats. I'd have a protein bar. I feel like I less so just like drank coffee and then went to work, which is funny because this is my 2nd coffee and I worked out and haven't had anything to eat, so I need to make a smoothie, which I'm gonna do after I film this video. But I definitely did that for June. And then off phone for 30 minutes in the AM. I feel like I did this pretty well. I leave my phone charging in the kitchen when Billy and I sleep, and then here at my parents' house, I leave it charging like over here, and I sleep in this bed. So, I mean, this morning I checked it right when I woke up because I was going to a workout class, but like yesterday morning I meditated for 10 minutes. So it definitely depends on like where I am, and when I travel, because I don't have my Hatch alarm clock, I check my phone to like check my alarm and turn it off, and then I usually will just check it, which isn't a great habit. But for June at least, I did it. And then financial goals and Sarah's faves goals, these are the two that I pretty much dropped the ball on. So my financial goals, only buy things I don't already own. I did not do that. I definitely bought things that I already owned. I feel like there was something specific that I bought and I was like, I literally have this in like just a different variation. So I didn't do that at all. 5 no spend days. I think I kept track on my notes app. I did 4, but, or no, 3. June 2nd, June 8th, and June 11th. I didn't spend money, but I like was just financially, I was like, I'm just gonna spend money. I feel like because I was leaving for my trip, I wanted to get clothes. Granted, I returned like $350 of the Abercrombie clothes that I bought. So it's like I spent the money, but I got it back. But I don't know, I just was like willy-nilly with my credit card this month. And then all credit cards with $0 balance before Europe. Yes, I paid off my Amex card this morning, which had like a $1,300 balance. I paid that off. And then my only other one has like a $190 balance, but I'm waiting for a refund from Equinox since they accidentally charged me. And that refund's gonna be like $200. So I don't wanna pay that card off and then get refunded and have it be like negative balance. So I'm just waiting for that refund to come through. And then most of my cards will be at a $0 balance, which is great. And then for Sarah's faves goals, I had 2 paid partnerships. I had one in May, but I'm not gonna get paid out until July. They've been like really slow with it. So I'm not gonna call that 2. I'm just gonna say 1. And that is one that I'm actually still waiting to post and get approval for, but I'm considering that a paid partnership for June. But I did not get 2, I only got 1. Continue with daily reels. Let's see, I kept track of this and like when I posted a reel on my phone. I posted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I posted 22 out of the 30 days in June. So I did not post every day, but I would say 22 out of 30 is pretty good. But I still, because it wasn't like daily reels, I said I didn't complete it, even though 22 is pretty good. And then fulfill requirements for all brands that I work with for Sarah's faves. I did do that, so I checked that off. So those are all my June goals, and if I completed them or not, I had 5, 10, 16 goals, and I did not complete 5. So I completed 11 out of my 16 goals, which percentage-wise, I'm not gonna do that in my head, 69% of my goals I completed. So I feel really good about that, but let's dive into my July goals. Okay, so here are my July goals. My parents only had a blue pen and I did not bring my colored pencil, so this one is lacking a little bit on the artistic level department, but I'm gonna do the same thing, and I haven't typed them out yet in my notes app on my computer, but I'm gonna do that after this video so that I just like have everything in one place. And like I said, I'm gonna do less goals for July. I don't even know, I think I might have just said June when I showed you, but July. And so far I have 2, 4, 6, 9 goals. So basically like half of what I had for June. But because I'm traveling, I'm gonna be in Zurich for 2 weeks, and then I'm gonna be in Greece for 12 days. So I'm literally gone the whole month of July because I'm at my parents' in Massachusetts now. I didn't want to have too many goals. I didn't want to feel like I was not accomplishing things just because I was traveling. So I wanted to set a smaller amount of goals. So my personal goals, read 2 books. I know that seems small since I read 9 last month, but I actually do not read as much when I'm traveling. I feel like a lot of people are the opposite, but I'm like not on my phone as much and I don't read as much when I'm traveling. I'm like out and about, I'm working for part of it, so I'm not gonna read during the work day, and then I'm just like exploring. So the only time I'm reading is really like at night or in the morning. And I'm definitely going to read on my Kindle. I'm not bringing any books with me, so I'm gonna finish my 7 days in June book here, probably count that as a June book, 7 days in June instead of July, since I have like 50 pages left and it's July 3rd. So I'm gonna read 2 books, that's all. That's what we're not going crazy. We're not gonna say we're reading 10 because we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do 2. I'll probably end up reading like 3, I feel like, but I never know because my reading habits and my workout habits kind of go out the window when I travel, which I feel like most people do, so I'm not worried about that. My second goal, maintain most of my morning routine. So I want to still like read in the morning, stay off my phone for the first 30 minutes if I can, make a coffee like in the little apartment that I'll have in Zurich. So all those little things I want to try and maintain. I'm not going to be like super strict about keeping like my routine. I definitely want to like still try and meditate, but we all know how that goes. I don't meditate that often, even though I would like to. Just depending on like the morning and what things are doing, but I really want to try and maintain most of that routine, and then take at least 1 day trip in Europe. So when I'm in Zurich for 2 weeks, I actually will have 4 days off. So I'm working in our office, but I'll have 2 days off each week. And at least one of those days, I don't want to just like stay in Zurich because it's so easy to travel. I want to be able to do like a day trip. I've already been to Lucerne. So I'm thinking like Liechtenstein or maybe like a small Swiss town. I used to live in Zurich, so I feel like I know the area pretty well there. So, and like navigating where to go. So I really want to at least try and take like 1 day trip. And those are my 3 personal goals. And then my wellness goals, work out 2 times per week. As you all know, I try to work out 4 to 5 times a week, but when I'm traveling, you're walking a lot. So like for me, I consider that moving my body, working out, what have you. My personal trainer is gonna write me somewhat of a workout plan, I think for 2 days a week. So I really wanna try and like be in the gym. Our office in Zurich does have a gym. So I wanna try and be in the gym like 2 days of the week. Like literally be like, okay, Tuesday, Thursday or Monday, Thursday, keep it to somewhat of my same routine. And then the other days either just do like Pilates if I wanna work out, or, excuse me, just be like walking, like I don't know. And I eat better when I'm in Europe, like they make their food better with better ingredients. So I feel like anytime in Europe, I feel good. I don't feel like I need to work out, go crazy in the gym. Obviously, I want to just like appreciate where I am and travel and what I'm doing. So that's one of my wellness goals. And then the second one is be present at meals and eat mindfully. So I really want to try and be off my phone. I want to be like in the moment with the coworkers that I'm with the teachers I'm traveling with, like not be on my phone and really just like enjoying the food that I'm eating and really eating mindfully in those moments. So that's my second wellness goal. And then my 2 financial goals are spend money on things that I love. So oftentimes when I'm traveling, I don't really like to get just like random tchotchkes, souvenirs, stuff like that. Like in Barcelona, I got a handmade ceramic mug. In Krakow, I got 2 ceramic mugs. RIP to the strawberry one. Loved that mug. But I have a floral one that I love from Krakow. I really just like to find handmade things or things that are like specific to where I am and spend money on those things that I love. So whether it could also be like clothing, like something that I will not find in the United States. Like I don't really want to like go, I know Zara is better in Europe, but I don't really want to like go to Zara and like spend money on those things because like I can go on the website and get that. Same with Mango. Like I want to find little like boutiques or shops like that that I can spend my money on. And even like with coffee, like I love coffee in Europe, and so for me, I'm like, I want to spend money on those things because those are things I love, and I don't want to like restrict myself financially just because I spent a lot of money this month. And then the second financial goal is expense as I go. So because I'm going with work, some things I can expense, a lot of things I can't, obviously, like coffee and like stuff like that, but I can expense like groceries and meals and certain things. So I want to make sure, my sweater is like being weird. I want to make sure I just remember to expense every receipt as I go so that when I don't get home, it's not hectic. I usually do that, and then that way I can just like get reimbursed as soon as possible. But I want to make sure that I keep it up since I'll be busy. And then my 2 Sarah's Faves goals, I'm working on a specific campaign with the app Lemonade. So I'm going to try to upload all my Lemonade content. I have to upload 10 posts in July, so like 10 specific posts, and I can have them focus around travel content. So I want to check that off as a goal, and then I want to continue and maintain my 1 YouTube video a week. It's actually harder for me traveling, even though there's like more content to share, but I feel like I just don't have as much time to like edit, and when I'm with the students, I'm not going to be like filming because that's like a whole thing. So I'm gonna try to maintain that and do 1 YouTube video a week. So those are my 9 goals for July, and let's dive into my current favorites, things I'm loving, all that jazz. Okay, current faves. Let's start off with the few things that are near me And then for anything that's a favorite that I like don't have with me or just want to chat through, I'll just tell you. I'm not gonna show my phone, I'll just tell you. So my first current favorite are these Birkenstocks that I just got. I've literally worn them so much since I got home. I shipped them to my parents' house, but they are like the Papillo collection, and they're black with like this white chunky sole. I love them. They, like, you can dress them up, you can dress them down, they go with any outfit, and because they're Birks, they're like so comfortable. So I thought they would be perfect for Europe. I think they're like $130, comparable to most Birkenstocks. I have 2 pairs at home. I have the Arizona, which is like the typical, like similar look to that, just not platform. And then the Boston Birks, which are the closed-toed suede ones. And these are like the perfect third Birks to add to your collection if you like Birks. And I'm just super excited because in Europe you want like good walking shoes, and they're super comfortable. Like I can wear them all day, but they still look good. My second favorite is this claw clip from Lululemon. So this is like the extra large one, I think. They're definitely more expensive than most claw clips, but they are so good. Like literally it holds all my hair like just perfect and up, and I like just love the tortoiseshell look of it. It's so comfortable, it like doesn't bother my hair. I have the mini ones too, and I absolutely love them, so I cannot recommend those enough. And then my third little favorite is my new pop socket I got for my Kindle. I just got it at Target. Let's see if that will help. But you can hardly see it, but it's like clear with these little yellow daisies on it. And if you have a Kindle and you don't have a pop socket, you have to get one. It is a game changer, especially when you're like laying in bed like this or like whatever. It's just like so comfortable for your hand and your wrist. I took my other one off because it broke and I didn't have one for a few days, and I honestly like struggled to read with my Kindle because I'm so used to having it. So pop socket on your Kindle, game changer. I also, this is like kind of a random favorite, but on the back of my phone, I have this little like Octo Buddy thing that just sticks to everything. So it sticks to windows, it sticks to mirrors. And so like if I'm filming stuff or just like want to take a selfie, I can just stick it. I'll show you. Like this is on my Kindle, it literally just sticks. As you can tell, my favorites are always very random. So I love that. And I think it's on Amazon for like $8. I can link it below. And then another favorite of mine are my packing cubes from Amazon. I never was a packing cube gal, but I recently started using them. And my suitcase is just like so much cleaner. There's not like tons of clothes around. They all have like their own spot. I know like what things are where, and it all just like fits in my suitcase seamlessly. So I cannot recommend packing cubes enough. And then another favorite, which is kind of random, but on my phone, is the Tezza app for editing photos. I've always been a VSCO person. I love VSCO, but I talked to my friend Jeanette, who is Sweaty Sweet Potato on Instagram, and she was telling me about like the stop motion feature for the like on the Tezza app. And so I did it earlier with like a La Colombe drink, and it's just like so fun, and they have like cool filters and stuff like that. So this is what it looks like on the home screen or on the, like when you open it up, and then the app is like that little like creative looking face. So I've been really liking that. And Goodreads, obviously my favorite. I love Goodreads. Books, I already talked about what I love, and yeah, those are like my favorites for June. I don't really have that many because I feel like I've tried to not buy like new skincare, new makeup, all of that stuff. So most of my favorites are just like random things that I've bought or things I've started to use and implement more frequently that I haven't talked about before or don't really talk about on my Instagram and stuff like that. But yeah, that's really it. My July reset, going over my June goals, planning my goals for July and all of that. I know I was like watching Carter's video, and she also does like kind of like, and Brianna too, just like sit and chat for reset. I honestly prefer it. I don't really want to do like a day in the life reset video. Like I like to sit and just go through my goals, and then it helps me to like remember them and think about them in my brain of like, oh, you talked about this, like why was that your goal and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and convert this all to a note on my computer so that it can hold me accountable. And if you're not already subscribed, please make sure to do so. It really supports my channel. Like this video, give it a big thumbs up. I feel like my reset videos are often like the most watched on my channel. People like them and resonate with them. Feel free to comment down below any of your goals for July, and that is it. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.